Hello, my name is Priscilla Lord and I'm an attorney. I represent licensed professionals before their boards. You might have some questions about what is the board consisting of and why are there boards. The licensing boards in Minnesota the purpose of them is to protect the public. They establish really the educational requirements of that profession, such as cosmetology, nurses, doctors, veterinarians, and lawyers, accountants. And what they do is they evaluate what things are important for that particular profession to know. They set the standards, they set the curriculum for the teaching from the various schools, and then they also help to assess that teaching by helping to develop the testing at the end. And they also require continuing education, and they investigate complaints. The purpose of the board is to protect the public. They do this by establishing the standards that a particular profession should know and learn in their school. They also help to evaluate the test questions that determine whether or not that person has met particular standards. They also will require continuing education. And finally, they uphold the rules and the laws that pertain to that particular board. If there's a complaint made by someone who's been injured or offended by someone from that particular profession, then the board investigates that claim. Who would complain to the board? There are various people that might be interested in making a complaint. Someone who has been ill-served by someone within that profession, someone that's been harmed in some particular way, or just has a grievance that they'd like to air. There is mandatory requirement for the boards to report to the authorities certain kinds of complaints that have to do with neglect, abuse, and physical harm. Who sits on this kind of board? Well, imagine all of these various licensed areas. Each one of those licensed areas has an administrative group that facilitates the business of that particular licensed profession. If you are ever required to go before a board, you will find that at least one administrative person is present at that board meeting. There will probably be one or two or three people that are of that profession who are on the board that regularly help to review complaints. And there may be a layman or two, people who are not of that profession but are of the public, who are there to protect the public in evaluating the various complaints. And finally, the Attorney General is hired by that particular administration to come and give them advice as to how to proceed with the various complaints that are made. And of course, there are licensed professionals who also practice in that profession that would be on the board, maybe many of them. And that's what the boards are like in the state of Minnesota. They are there to protect the public. Thank you.